Disc jockeys have been around longer than people think. In fact, when gathering information for this assignment, I asked a number of people if they knew anything about disc jockeys. They were surprised to find out that DJ quite literally stands for disc jockey. But let's take a step back for a moment. The mass production of records started in 1892 by a man named Emil Berliner. He played an important role in the birth of disc jockeys due to creating the very thing they used. Some of the earliest radio broadcasts were by inventors and radio engineers, but Reginald Fessenden stood above them by playing live and recorded music from Brant Rock, Massachusetts in 1906. It wasn't until 1910 that the radio boom started. Broadcasters started using live orchestras, and most stations had orchestras on payroll. The Federal Communications Commission encouraged this by fast-tracking any license approval to stations who promised not to use recording music for their first 3 years on the air. However, even with the radio boom, not everyone was on board, specifically musicians and record companies. They were afraid that they would lose sales if people could just listen to the radio for free. And while this is a valid concern at the time, recent studies show that it actually increases sales. It wasn't until 1940 that the federal court ruled that record companies had no legal control over the record after the initial sale. Enter the radio personality Christopher Stone. He was the first British DJ and convinced BBC to let him play American jazz on air in 1927. He was one of the first DJs to become a radio personality and ad-libbed his introductions. Speaking of first, Halloween Martin became the first female DJ in 1929 with her radio show in Chicago called Musical Clock, where she played upbeat music and gave weather reports. Now we come to the age of disc jockeys. Walter Winchell coined the term in 1935 to describe Martin Bloch's radio work. Bloch was the first official disc jockey and was the make-all break-all of records. If he played something, it was a hit. It is because of these two that DJs are as mainstream as they are today, and we have them to thank.